Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing another layout in my December Memories album for the year 2019. And I'm going to document those two photos I just showed you guys there of myself and my daughter and some fun characters we met while at our local tree lighting back in 2019. Now, if you have been following me, you know I'm using a combination of Cocoa Vanilla and Cocoa Daisy items here in this notebook. And I really love that diagonal stripe pattern paper on the left page there. It went perfectly with these two photos. Now I am going to go ahead and add the playlist for all of my December memories layouts down in the description box along with the items that I used today. Now I do have a very thin white border around both my photos, but I wanted to make sure they stand out because that page on the left is really bright and bold. So I'm going to add here this red pattern paper behind both of my photos as a mat. And I'll add my photos to the left page. So that means my title will be going, actually I'm adding this to the right page, so my title will be going on the left page. So this paper on the right, you can see that I'm trying to use this vellum piece, but it just did not work with this layout at all. But I keep bringing it in at different times, you'll notice. Now the page on the right is a grid background, so I'm going to use it to help me line up both of my photos. And my photos are not the same size either, but that's fine. I'll go ahead and add them both to that page. You can see I'm adding that vellum once again, trying to make it work on the left side, but it's not. Now I'm going to work here on my left page because I wanted to add my title over there. Now I brought in these two ornaments. These are from the Merry and Bright collection by Cocoa Vanilla. And I'm going to bring in some die cut pieces. I'm going to begin a cluster right now between my two photos on the right. And I'm adding in that word phrase that says photo of the day. And I'll add a chipboard piece right above it that says making memories. Now I wanted to use one of these Picture My Life cards. These are from Jingle Joy collection from Close to My Heart. I wanted to use either one of these for my title. And I decided to use the one with the ornament on there, but I'm going to fussy cut out that ornament and use it together with the other two ornaments that I already have on that page. Now they're just sitting on that diagonal stripe, and I felt like I needed something a little bit more solid behind it. So I'm going to go through the other Picture My Life cards, the 3x4 cards here. None of those work, but I'm going to pull in that 4x6 card, and it's a bit large. Once I add it on there, you'll see it's a bit large for this page, I felt. So I'm going to cut it down, leaving in all the parts that I really love. Now I wanted love this to show, but not the word story. So I'm going to use those two ornaments you'll see to cover up that word. And I'm going to cut off right now the bottom part, but I really love that red and white strip at the bottom. So I'm going to trim that off. And I'll use some liquid adhesive to go ahead and adhere it back to the card that I'm going to be using now. This card, it is a lined card, so that's perfect. I'm going to add my journaling on there. Now I do not add it throughout this video, but in the still shots, I have it added in already. So here I'm going to go ahead and use my hole punch and create some holes in these ornaments so I can add some thread. I decided to go with a very, very thin silver thread. And here I'm just adding in that label that brings out that word phrase just a bit more here. So there you can see where I removed the backing off that chipboard piece, and that helps me to reduce any bulk in this notebook. I do not want it to become too bulky and not able to close properly, and it puts a lot of pressure on the binding, on the staples, and sometimes they come apart. So this is where I'm going to punch those holes, some really small holes. So I'm using the crocodile. I do have another hole punch. It's the one with the green handle that I use more often, but this one has some really small ones to create the small holes. So I'm going to use that, punch those holes, add some thread in, and I did go ahead and ink the edges of these ornaments and my card with some black soot distress ink, just very lightly. And I'm going to add some thread also to that cluster on the right page, just to bring in a little bit more of the silver thread. It also added in a really nice texture to it and detail to this layout. So now I'm going to go ahead and continue embellishing. I'm bringing in some leaves. I brought in a flower to the bottom of my title, which says spread some holiday cheer. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure all of my pieces are adhered down. Now, I wanted to be sure that my colors are evenly distributed on my layout. So once I'm adding these in, I'm just making sure I have it spread out evenly, not that I have a lot of that mustardy yellow just on one side, not on the other. So here I'm placing that label on the left page there, and I may go back in and add some stamping on there because I left it blank, but it's a perfect spot to just add a little word phrase sticker, or use one of my stamps. So here I'm just finishing up, adding in just a few more elements. And now I'll give you guys a close-up look at the completed layout. And like I said, in the still shots, I finished up my journaling. I have it added in there. So I hope you guys enjoy the process today. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up before you leave. And if you're enjoying my December Memories series here on my channel, be sure to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on when I add new videos. So I want to thank you all for watching today, and until next time, bye.